My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe knows South Lake. Good morning. Welcome, and happy Friday. Happy South Lake morning. You know, I really want to do my best Robin Williams Good Morning Vietnam impression, but say Good Morning South Lake. But I know after yesterday, Jay would box my ears because I apparently get loud and cut out the audio. So we're going to avoid that today. How are you guys today? At any rate, happy South Lake morning. I'd like to give you a little preview of the show. I want to say if you are with us, you should be watching us on the socials, on Facebook, like, love, and share. If you're watching us on YouTube, same thing. You can like, love, and share on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. You should be liking us, our Facebook page. We really appreciate it. If you're not watching us on the socials, go do that. Like our Facebook page, subscribe to YouTube. Okay, preview of today's show. We're going to talk about National Taco Day. We're also going to, I have some very exciting news. We're going to talk about some exciting South Lake TV news and what our next week's lineup is going to be for guests. Got some amazing guests coming in. We're going to do a Cup of Joe today and kind of wrap up the whole week of responsibility and why you need to take personal responsibility. And finally, we're going to hear from one of the unsung sectors of our community, teachers. We're interviewing a wonderful woman, Nicole Marconi, really one of a kind, a really great example of some of the great work that's being done in our schools. I'm really excited to have this interview for you. We'll be back in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Make sure you tune in. And we're going to hear from our family of sponsors. See you in a minute.
Hello, I'm Mary Rhodes with the Mortgage Firm, your local mortgage lender. I've helped thousands of families achieve the dream of homeownership in Lake County, and I would love to help you. Our team has over 30 years of experience helping first-time homebuyers, veterans, move-up buyers, seasoned investors, and more. Please read our reviews and visit us at mortgagefirmpros.com.
The best things in life aren't items we can grab and hold. They are the moments that grab and hold us. Moments that captivate us, inspire us, and enrich us. Moments that bring joy, strength, and peace. At Sing Insurance and Financial Services, we help you to treasure these times by being there when life's most difficult moments arise. Through our services, you will find independence, flexibility, health, and security that will prosper and protect your life. Whether you are driving that new car, buying that new home, opening that new business, or building a new family, we provide you the peace of mind and freedom to enjoy life's best things. Your next moment is waiting. Are you ready?
As always, great to hear from our family of sponsors. Want to point out that we are still looking for a spotlight sponsor. For that spot right there, your logo can be here every day of the week. Don't miss out on this opportunity because when it closes out, no one else gets the chance. All right, good to hear. Good to be here. Woo! It's a weird Friday, isn't it? I'm a little off today. Maybe it's because it's been all week. All right, National Taco Day. Man, I love me some tacos. You know, I'm one of those guys, I could eat tacos every day of the week. What about you, Jay? What's your favorite, hard or soft?
I like the soft taco. And if I had to give my pick locally, go to Los Reyes and get the soft tacos there. They're on the corner of Montrose and something, downtown Claremont. Love that place. I could eat there every day, just like you, Joe. In fact, Yeah, we went there.
We did go there.
I did,
we did go there.
I did take you there, yeah.
You turned me on to that spot. I would actually have to agree. I didn't actually have the tacos. I had the chimichanga. It was excellent.
Right.
But it is National Taco Day. You can go get tacos. I got to tell you, I've never been a fan of the fish taco. I just I haven't had one good enough that I get that whole California vibe. I've tried it a couple of times. It just falls apart. I'm basically holding a chunk of fish in my hand. So, but tacos are good. And the thing I like about tacos is they're so versatile. You know, you can put anything really in them, whether it's pork or chicken or whatever you're going to put in them. You make it your own. The thing I've always liked about them is all I had to do was set it up and say, kids, go. That was my cooking. I cooked like the beef, you know, chopped up a few things. Here you go, kids, knock yourself out. And actually, when the kids got older, I made them chop up the things. So all I was doing was buying the stuff and saying, taco night, have fun, guys. All right, if you like Taco Day, and you should like Taco Day, the best way to celebrate, make some tacos for somebody in your life. Take somebody out for tacos. If you're here local, go to Los Reyes. They're a great little company. Love them. You'll love the vibe there. But the best way to celebrate Taco Day, have some tacos. All right, the big news. I'm so excited. It's going to sound crazy. We have just finished, for several weeks, we've been working with several of the local high schools to get permission to do some work with them. And a couple of things we're doing is we're live streaming football games now. And we just got the agreement from both South Lake High School and Lake Minneola High School. We already had East Ridge High School. So we're going to be live streaming their home football games. You looking forward to that, Jay?
Yes, sir. This has been a bit of a process to get through this, but our goal at South Lake TV was to build long-term relationships. So anytime that you do that, it does take a while to get things off the ground, but once they're off the ground, you can keep on flying. So no pun intended. But we do have the South Lake Eagles and the Lake Minneola Hawks. We will be broadcasting some of their football games, which actually will be on the 11th over at South Lake. I believe that they are hosting. I'll have to look that up and I'll get back to you, Joe. But the game on the 11th at South Lake, as well as on the 18th at Lake Minneola, which they're hosting. I believe it's Vanguard. So two great schools, two great teams, great coaches and athletic directors too. I want to thank the principals, the ADs, everybody that put it together, and also the broadcasting teachers. We're working very closely with them. So folks, if you want to sponsor some of these games that are coming up on our live stream, on our network, we replay on Saturdays and Sundays. If you want some spots in there, your sponsorship dollars go to pay these high school kids to actually work on our crew and get some real life, serious experience doing some live production work. So we're looking forward to these opportunities. There's going to be some more news that we're going to announce next week, even more great things that are coming towards South Lake TV and our high school sports program. So we're very happy to have them on board and part of the team.
You know, Jay's a little too humble. This has been a real passion project for him. He's worked really hard in all of these meetings, talking to athletic directors and administrators and people at the county and people in the local area. And the whole point is it's a passion project because he really wants to pour back into the community that poured so much into him. We really are trying to start something that is educational as well as entertaining, going to expose a lot of these kids to the future of television, to technologies that are not yet discovered, and showing them how their creativity can come together to create something that didn't exist before and shine a light on their community. We're really looking forward to that. Part of the purpose of today, but I'll get into that in a minute. Just want to bring up also a quick lineup for next week. On Monday, the Jono South Lake is interviewing Jennifer Hawkins from Starbound Performers. On Tuesday, we're going to hear from Catherine Dean, who is the communication director of the city of Claremont. On Wednesday, we're hearing from Judge Jason Namath. He is a Lake County judge, one of the new appointees by Governor DeSantis to increase the judges so we can lighten some of that caseload in the courts. Thursday, Jackie Peterson came out and talked about her business, but I was to find out that Jackie is also a breast cancer survivor, and we are going to talk about her story. And this is a great story. I really encourage you, if you can't tune in for any other show, tune in Thursday morning to hear Jackie. This is an amazing story of life and love. And so I want you to hear this. And on Friday, well, I'm still working out who the student star is, but I've got my feelers out. If you know anybody that is a student or a teacher that should be highlighted by us here at South Lake TV and Joe Knows South Lake, please reach out to us quick. I'm now booking the next 12 Fridays, so they will fill up fast. So please reach out to me. Finally, Cup of Joe. Why? All week we've talked about personal responsibility and in my own life, I had a hard time with this concept until I had a why. Now, in our culture, we've used this concept of the big why and the why motivating you. It's almost become cliched. But in reality, your why doesn't have to be making $1 million. It doesn't have to be some big grandiose deal where you get to ride around in a limo or everybody in the world is, you're an Instagram star. In my case, I started that journey and discovered those lessons because I wanted to be a better father and I wanted to be a better husband. And I had events in my life that showed me I was just not good at those things. I was actually horrible. And I couldn't allow that to happen anymore. I was able to sit down and figure out what was important to me. For all the other things in my life that needed to change, those two things were the things that drove me. I'm going to encourage you today. Sit down and figure out why. Why do you get up in the morning? Why do you go to work? Why are you married? Why are your children in your life or not in your life? I'm going to encourage you to see what it is. Do you want a relationship? Maybe you're not married and you want to find a spouse. Why? Do you want it for the right reasons? Do you think examine these things? Bring people into your life to help you figure those whys out. That's what I had to do. I had all these grand, glorious ideas, and when it came right down to it, when I brought people into my life to help me with those situations, when I got to ask them questions and they asked me questions back, I got a chance to figure out I had a great big why. And that why was something that was important to me. To this day, when I really want to accomplish something, I have to figure out the why. One of the first questions I asked Jay before I jumped on this project was why. When he told me that this is an amazing community and a light came on in his eyes, he said this is an amazing community and he really wants to shine a light on it and bring it some attention and showcase the organizations that were here. It lined up with my whole desire to be in business here, to sell real estate here, was because it was an amazing place and I really thought the people were cool and the vibe from the businesses and the organizations was really cool. So it keeps me going. When I have 3 customers that call me and say, yeah, Joe, I know we were all going to buy $300,000 homes, $400,000 homes, but, we've decided to wait a year or we can't qualify or we're moving to Texas, whatever it is, that's what keeps me going. I'm not here just to make money. I'm here to be part of this community. And by being part of it, it keeps me moving. I can take responsibility for my past, for my present, and for my future. And then I'm not a victim. And then I get to have a great life. All right, that's enough about me. About the why, please look at your why. If you want any help with that, reach out to me. Jay will put up my information, I'm sure. If you have any questions about how to figure out your big why and you don't have anybody in your life, reach out to me. Phone, text, email, I'm here for you. I want to help in any way that I can. With that said, when we come back, we're going to go to commercial break, hear from our family of sponsors. When we come back, we're going to talk to somebody who's figured out a why. We're going to hear from Nicole Marconi. And Nicole is the program director of the high-tech high school program here in Lake County, which runs out of Eastridge High School. This is somebody who's figured out her why. I had a chance to go talk to her, and we'll hear about that when we come back from break. Don't go away, and I'll see you in a minute.
Saturday night, October 5th, Claremont, Florida, get ready as Local Pro Wrestling presents Fight Fest, featuring 6 hard-hitting matches, including the Technical Alchemist, David Mercury, against Aaron Epic. In the semi-main event, a 20-man over-the-top rope battle royal, and former TNA superstar Mr. 630 Jarrell Clark. And the main event for the evening, former WWF WCW superstar, the Cuban Assassin, takes on the marquee Bruce Santee. Adult tickets are $15 and children ages 5 to 12 are only $10. Tickets are available now on Eventbrite. For more details, follow us on Facebook at Local Pro Wrestling or visit localprowrestling.com. Come support Local Pro Wrestling live.
Welcome to Erica's Tea Room. Located in the heart of downtown Claremont, this specialty tea shop offers a traditional high tea experience that can be enjoyed with family and friends. While here, you can choose from over 100 teas from all over the world, and a multitude of teapots are available for purchase. Join us for lunch or choose from one of our special evening events. Call to make a reservation. Erica's Tea Room, making memories with every cup.
So good to hear from our sponsors. You know, you guys know how I feel about Mary Rhodes and Erica's Tea Room. I just want to give a shout out to Michael Singh Insurance. He's got a great business, a great concept. Family man running a family program there, really has a passion for families. And finally, Local Pro Wrestling. This show is Saturday. Get your tickets. It's going to be sold out by today. You may not be able to get tickets at the door tomorrow. So please go online, get your tickets. They're not some of the best inexpensive entertainment in town this weekend. All right, so finally, had a chance to go out. You know, it's Friday, which is our Star Teacher, Star Student Day. Really focusing on the part of our community that is represented by 3 high schools. And had a chance to go out to East Ridge High School and talk to Nicole Marconi, who is, like I said, the program director for the High Tech High School program. Amazing interview. We're going to go to that right now. Hey everybody, welcome out here to East Ridge High School in the heart of Claremont. We are doing one of our new features. This is actually our first teacher. This is Miss Nicole Marconi. She is the high school high tech program director for Lake County. And we're very excited to be out here filming at East Ridge. It's not something we get to do often. Hopefully we'll be able to get to do more of it. Bring more of this kind of stuff. I'm so excited you allowed us to do this. I really want to say thank you.
Thank you for having me.
You're a little nervous?
A little bit.
You don't have to be. Your kids are going to love you. Everybody else is going to love you. I love you already because you let me do it, okay? This is, as I said, Nicole Marconi. She is the high school high tech program director for Lake County. She was also a teacher of ESE. Tell us what that means.
Exceptional Student Education.
Okay, she's a consultation teacher. Give us a quick, what does that do?
That means I work with students with disabilities, and I consult with the students, the teachers, their parents, as a group, as a team.
She is also the department chair for the ESE department. She's an avid baseball fan. She tutors students in English, and she is the co-teacher of the month for East Ridge High School with Dr. Coral Hansen. Now, Dr. Hansen looked a little shy. I doubt I'm ever going to get her on camera. I don't know.
What we can do.
Maybe we can see what we can do down the road. Thank you, and welcome to Jono South Lake. Tell us a little bit, Miss Nicole, about the program, about the high-tech high school program.
Okay. High School High Tech is a program that is made possible by the Able Trust, and it's for students with disabilities between the ages of 14 and 22. And basically, we try to expose them to life after high school. So whether it's college or career, we take field trips to different post-secondary schools, as well as different businesses in the area. We have guest speakers of all kinds come and talk to the group. We also do a lot of team building activities and soft skills training so that these students are ready and prepared for the job force, for interviewing, for preparing resumes, and so on.
Okay, a couple of things. That was great, by the way. You said students with disabilities, but we're not necessarily talking about children that may have a challenge because they're in a wheelchair, or they may have some physical challenge. We're specifically talking about kids who have learning disability, special needs, correct?
Well, not necessarily. It's any types of disabilities. The students that are in my group, I have 18 students, and no, not looking at them, no, not necessarily can you tell that they have a disability.
Okay, so give us, you told us soft skills. You mentioned that term, you expose them to soft skills. What do you mean by soft skills?
So skills that employers really look for, like time management, leadership, communication skills, teamwork, working together with coworkers, and so on.
Now, when you and I had a conversation the other day, because as always I try to get out and pre-interview some of these people a little bit, you talked about the fact that this isn't for every child. I mean, this isn't something you have a class, the whole class is involved, correct?
Well, not exactly. The way we've done it, this is only my third year as the program coordinator, and the way that we've invited students is we've held an information night where the students that are already in the program and myself will talk about the program, and then if students are interested, they will have to fill out an application explaining why they want to be a part of the program. But again, they do have to be ESE students, a student with a disability, and between the ages of 14 and 18, so 22, I'm sorry.
So give us an idea of who the program is for. Is it for every ESE student, or, I mean, you obviously have some sort of a board helping you make those decisions. I'm sure you don't have that all on your shoulders. I hope you don't have all that on your shoulders. Who is it for, typically?
Students that, let's see, that have good attendance, no behavior problems, that just need a little bit extra help seeing what's out there. We have to keep it to a manageable group, which is why we only have 18 students at the moment. The first year we had 15. Last year I think we had 16 or 17. And each year we've increased it by a little bit. But because we do travel and have a lot of events, we have to keep it to a manageable number.
Now, if I'm understanding you correctly, these are, what are referred to as high functioning students, but students you're trying to make understand that their challenge doesn't have to necessarily be an obstacle.
Absolutely.
They might need a little extra help, but they could certainly perform far and above the regular world as long as they put in the work, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
What is the family commitment for this kind of a program? So, actually, let me back up a minute. The program, typically they get accepted, you put out a thing and they apply, and you go through a process of interview and application. Does it cost the families anything?
No.
No, there's no cost.
There is no cost.
Okay. And it's only available here at Eastridge currently?
Yes, I do believe each county in the state of Florida has a program. We just happen to run ours through Eastridge. I think prior to me being the coordinator, it was through, I want to say, Leesburg. We've then since taken it over.
So they don't have it at Leesburg anymore?
No.
Okay, so it's good for people thinking of where they're going to move, right? Maybe they have a child they want in that kind of a program. Absolutely. They got to come here, okay? Take us through just a brief idea of what happens once they get into the program. Is there a progression of classes? Does it culminate with a graduation, or?
Well, it kind of progresses throughout the year. We start off with self-assessments to see where their strengths and their interests are. We, like I said, have trips and guest speakers, and by the end of the school year, our goal is to get as many students as we can involved in an internship or career experience of some sort. And that's usually the trickiest part is finding businesses that are willing to work with our students and provide them with those experiences. It is October, and October is DEAM, which is Disability Employment Awareness Month. And that's just what we're trying to do is make the community aware that I believe almost 70% of Floridians with disabilities are either underemployed or unemployed. So there's a whole workforce out there that's untapped, and we need to, while some of these students or people have disabilities, they also have a lot of capabilities. And
Do you think that's a perception issue?
absolutely, yeah, there's often a stigma attached to the word disability alone.
Yeah.
But we have brilliant students, very capable students.
I think it's unfortunate that in today's world, people don't know this often about me, but I was one of the early Ritalin experimental children. It explains a lot about me. But, I have several learning disabilities, but I managed to go into the Marine Corps, be honorably discharged, be decorated while I was there, go to college, do well there, have several careers. I was an actor, I've been a salesman, I've owned businesses, I have a successful marriage. So just because you have a learning disability doesn't necessarily mean your life is going to be limited if you don't let it.
Exactly. And as you were speaking, I was thinking maybe you could come speak to our class as a guest speaker.
Oh, I'd love to.
Yeah, they would love to hear from you. Yeah.
So we get this. How do you connect with business leaders? Hopefully something like this will connect you with some business leaders.
That would be ideal. I usually reach out to different business leaders in the community. Renee Lowe has connected me with the South Lake business leaders who have been wonderful. And just talking to my students, finding out what they're interested in, and that usually tailors the program and the businesses and organizations that we contact.
Okay, so we've talked a little bit. Do some of the students, are they able to drive themselves?
Yes.
Okay. So we're not talking about, and again, I really want to get away from this stigma perception that it's a child who may have a difficulty communicating and like barely communicating, and the school is doing something special because they can't handle it. It's just a concept of they learn in a different way. And so when we talk about high functioning, you might have somebody that learns in a different way, but they can handle life.
Yes, 100%.
But there's a time commitment to this program. Obviously, you're going on trips, they're going on interviews, they're taking extra classes of some sort. Extra classes. Let me say they're doing seminars, right?
Yes.
What is the family commitment to this? Because it seems like you need a support network to make this really work.
Yes, absolutely. Family involvement is vital to the program for a number of reasons. When families are involved, students have more confidence in themselves and they can see a brighter future. But at the same time, with transportation issues, not all of my students drive, so we need families to be able to transport them to certain places. And for internships as well, or job shadowing, we need the family to be on board.
Tell us a little bit about what you require for the career experience. You were saying it's some number of hours. It's not just like a day shadowing dad.
Right, exactly. The high school high tech leaders have come up with a 30-hour minimum because they want the experience to be something that is in depth, that carries over more than just one day. So that's kind of a guideline. In the past, I had one student every Wednesday for 2 hours after school. He interned at Christian Brothers Automotive in the garage. I had another student over the summer who on Wednesdays for a few hours volunteered at South Lake Hospital. So situations like that where it's maybe once a week or on the weekends, but it carries over throughout time.
In what time period do they have to have the 30 hours?
This is a year-long program, so there is really no time limit as long as it's within that year. And again, the Able Trust and HSHT requires that we have 50% of our enrolled students also enrolled in some sort of career experience.
Now, you had said that you have a certain number of kids in a program, depending on how many graduate. So I would imagine if a kid is in your program 3 years, they've got to do that every year, correct?
Yes, correct.
So there's a continuity here. And I'm getting the feeling that it's not just volunteer hours. It could be, if they have a full-time job, they could count that too.
Yes, absolutely. And about 6 of my students right now currently have a part-time job, so that does count as their career experience.
So what's the purpose of the career experience? I mean, within the whole shape of the program?
To have actual hands-on experiences in an environment, to decide whether this is a job that is totally for you, or to find out, you know what, I didn't realize what this job entailed, and this job is absolutely not something that I want to do. That's still a great experience, determining what you don't want to do or don't like. A lot of students think they want to work in a hospital setting, and then they go there and realize it's, you know, the smell of the hospital they couldn't handle, and wow, I had no idea. So just eye-opening experience and exposure to different careers.
You know, having raised several teenagers, that's an issue that happens to children without those kind of challenges. I would imagine you almost have to force the experience to avoid. Do you have a lot of parents try to helicopter them? Do you fight that at all?
I don't. No, I have some very supportive parents, especially with this group. They've really enjoyed the impact that this program has had on their child. So they've been very supportive, and we usually kick off the year with a welcome back event, and we end the year with a celebration and some superlatives and awards, and kids really feel they create a very family type group, and it carries on throughout campus. So the fact that I get to see them every day, first period, it's kind of unique and special. They're a good group of kids.
Okay, Nicole, what you do, ESE, special needs, is well known in education circles as creating a lot of burnout. From our conversation the other day, I know you've been doing this for a long time. Why do you do it? What keeps you going?
Oh, the students. I don't know. I seem to connect with the students, and they trust me. So I get to see the real kids, and that's what makes me come back. Because all the other stuff can become overwhelming, but then you see the kids and you see their faces and that they're thrilled to see you, and it just makes it all worth it. I love this program. I become passionate about it over the years. I hope to see it grow. I hope to see a lot of students benefiting from it, and I hope that I can help more and more students each year find jobs or internships or job shadowing experiences, because every experience really helps them.
What can we do to help? I mean, what do you need the most?
Businesses that are willing to give my students that opportunity, but just to give them the experience and the exposure. And of course, I would monitor their hours there and make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But yeah, different businesses that would be open to having students come in and see what goes on.
If a business is open to that, would you mind looking at camera and just telling them how they can get in touch with you? Do they just reach you through the school? Is there a website?
Sure. Yes, you could reach me through the school at Eastridge High School. The phone number is 352-242-2080, and my extension is 4705. If you're interested, I would love to speak with you. I would love to get my students all of the opportunities that they can have.
Wasn't that amazing? Miss Marconi was really one of the top-notch people. A really good interview. I really appreciated her. I know she'd want me to give a great big shout out to her co-teacher over the ESE out there, Dr. Hanson. And actually, while we were there for the interview, she was presented with an award because her and Dr. Hanson were named Teacher of the Month for the work they do in the ESE program. So great job, Miss Marconi. Finally, I'd like to say, if you know somebody that should be sitting in this chair, that should be here with me, that should be a guest, student, teacher, organization, just a really cool person with a really cool story, let me know. Jay has the contact information already up. If you know somebody who should be advertising with us, or maybe you should be advertising with us, we have some great programs. We're very creative. We're very out of the box. If you have an idea, reach out to us. Nothing, and I literally mean nothing, is off the table as long as it falls within the grounds of propriety. Finally, I'd like to say there is greatness inside you, just like Miss Marconi showed us. She's pulling the greatness out of students, and there's greatness inside you. Dare to show that greatness today. Finish your weekend showing somebody the greatness in you and the greatness in them. And finally, I'd like to say I'm really looking forward to seeing you next week. I hope you tune in bright and early on Monday. I'd like to say thank you for joining us. Don't forget to like, love, and share. I'll see you next week, and I love you. Bye-bye. My name is Joe. 20 years ago, my wife and I moved to Lake County with our 4 young children and settled down. In that time, we've worked, worshiped, played, and raised our family. Today, I've met the people and discovered the businesses and organizations that make up a vibrant, dynamic community. Join us as we share with you what makes South Lake great. I'm Joe, and Joe knows South Lake.